on to our next session, that is the prepared speeches. We have our first speaker, Toastmaster Pai. She is currently working in an engineering firm. Joined Toastmasters 6 months ago, and she loves reading and traveling. So to evaluate her, we have Toastmaster. Toastmasters, Suchita. Sorry, yeah. Sunita. So, talking about Toastmaster Sunita, she is working at a major private school, Toastmaster since 2017, and her passion is music. So over to you, Toastmaster Smita, for the evaluatory details.
Good evening, everyone. Toastmaster Payal is doing her level 2 project 3. The purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. And the purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspects of a previous experience as a protege. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening. All the best, Toastmaster Payal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Smita. And we move on to our speaker, Toastmaster Payal. Over to you, Toastmaster Payal, our first speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. First of all, I would like to say that I am very thrilled as well as nervous because I did not expect this large an audience, this international an audience. I thought it would be another club from Oman and all I have to do is come and deliver my speech. Nevertheless, a very good evening and it's such a pleasure to know you all. Talking about mentors. Do you really know what you need in life? What we actually need in life? Someone who can help us become what we are. Someone who can help us what we really want to do. This statement summarizes my idea of a mentor. Growing up, I was a procrastinator, lazy, with an attitude, inconsistent, and did not want to follow any rules. I was absolutely not focused. What became my biggest mentor? My biggest mentor in life was my life experiences. Growing up, life taught me my biggest lessons, gave me my biggest failures and my biggest victories. In 10th, I did not focus on my studies. I was a perspicacious student. However, my focus was on other things, extracurricular activities, sports, and so on. Life taught me a lesson. I did not do well. Eventually, I couldn't make it to the best of the colleges for my 12th. What happened? Life taught me another lesson. I did not get good grades. I settled for an engineering assignment. There too, I wasn't focused. What did life do? My biggest mentor, life, taught me another lesson. I was left clueless about life. I was penniless, of course, and my mother, my another greatest mentor, made sure that she did not give in to my gimmicks. Well, I was like a headless chicken moving in all directions, not knowing where to go. This time, my mentor, my life, kind of gave up on me. I remember one morning I was moving in the university corridor, thinking what I need to do next, and I came across my school teacher, Meenakshi ma'am. She was right there in front of me, staring into my eyes, trying to recognize who this woman is. I rushed to her, just to realize she went on to become my biggest mentor, my biggest guide, and my biggest well-wisher. Meenakshi ma'am was my English literature teacher in school. When I told her my life story and what I had achieved or not achieved in life, she immediately told me, please enroll for a literature course. Literature? I did not have a background of literature. I was a science student. She said, no, enroll for literature. I know what you're good at, Payal, and I know you will do well. I enrolled for a literature course. Dear fellow Toastmasters, after that, there was no looking back. I enrolled for the literature course. I went on to take up advertising. I took up writing, content writing, and later on did my MBA into marketing and advertising. And there was never looking back. So Meenakshi ma'am, who I accidentally met, became my biggest mentor, my support, my guide. Mentors can come in any form, anytime, because mentors are the people who are your guiding lights, who tell you what you really need from your life, and who show you what you are really capable of. They bring out the best in you. Talking about mentors, how can we not talk about Toastmasters? and the lovely people that are associated with Toastmasters. Toastmasters happened to me by accident. I quit my job. I was sitting at home, generally browsing online, and I came across a Toastmasters club, SALT, which is Speak and Lead, online. Okay, should I call them? Eureka, they are in the same building where I stay. Let me call them. Maybe I can just walk down the stairs and give it a shot. I called Toastmasters SALT one day, and I realized there's nothing to lose. All I have to do is take a lift and go down to the basement to attend the session. I did exactly that. I attended one session of Toastmasters thinking that the biggest takeaway here is I don't have to travel. I just have to take the lift, attend the session, come back home. Let's try it out. The Toastmasters session I attended, it was an eye-opener. The people that I met that day changed my perspective to a lot of things. I met our President Toastmaster Chandana, Madam Chandana, Toastmaster VP Sajid, and many other people who were so inspiring. They had a different take on my speaking skills. I would specifically like to mention my Toastmaster President Chandana here, without whom I couldn't have been here in the Toastmaster journey. I have completed 6 months in Toastmaster. I have reached the division level in table topics, and I was not even going to participate in the contest. It's only because of the push I got from Toastmaster Chandana that I attended the club contest and later the area contest. And it's only because of the push from Toastmaster Sajid, our VP Education, and Toastmaster Chandana that I am here where I am. Just to go back, my very first statement. Mentors are people who can really see what you can do. And these are the people who have made a difference to my Toastmaster journey, and I would say that my confidence journey. I have been able to achieve whatever today is because of them. Well, talking about Toastmasters, I would also like to extend this opportunity to mention our DTM Toastmaster Pun and Toastmaster DTM Saiju, who have encouraged me throughout this journey. While my only reason to attend Toastmaster was that it was comfortable, now I have come a long way because Toastmaster had taught me that if you persevere, if you believe in yourself, and if you have the right mentors, you can make a difference. You can become what you want to be. And like someone just mentioned, sometimes the way people make us feel is all that matters. So, dear fellow Toastmasters and all my dear friends, I would like to say, if you find a mentor, if you find those guiding lights, if you find people who really bring out the best in you, who make a difference to your life, keep them close. Thank you.
Thank you to Master Payal for a wonderful speech. I guess, of course, mentors are really guiding light in our life as well as in Toastmasters. So really appreciated your speech. We moving on to our next speaker, that is Toastmaster Anuradha's speech. To evaluate Toastmaster Anuradha's speech, we have another Toastmaster, a perspicacious Toastmaster who is a dynamic and self-made media and corporate communication professional with 5.6 years of diverse experience in ED tech, marketing, and advertising sectors. She is currently channeling her broad and deep skills to spearhead Mary Nook Media House, an emerging branding and marketing agency based in the UAE. And I call upon Toastmaster Rohini for the evaluation criteria. Over to you.
Hi, good evening, everyone, once again. So TM Anuradha is about to do her Project 1, Level 2 of under strategic leadership. The purpose of her speech is to share some aspect of her primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. And the evaluation will be done by me. And at the end of the meeting, when I am called upon, I'll be sharing my honest feedback. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rohini, for the criteria. And now I call upon our speaker, Toastmaster Anuradha Sharma. Toastmaster Anuradha Sharma, over to you.
Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Leadership takes many forms. Some lead armies others lead corporations. Me, I've led classrooms of students across battlefields of board exams with nothing but subject knowledge, sheer willpower, blackboard, and some emergency chocolates. Yes, I was a maths teacher. You might say that being a teacher is no leadership. But let me remind you, I've led the most unpredictable group of all. Teenagers during exam season. Forget corporate deadlines and budget analysis. Think of teaching calculus to these uh, hormonal and sleep deprived students. I'm sure they would love to talk about maybe say yo, pop singer or a current song, but they wouldn't want to talk about binomial theorem or mathematical induction. My leadership style, well, let's call it the one-woman task force. I prepared, I planned, I taught, I listened, and I even counseled. I did all this without getting worried or losing my sanity most of the times. Let's rewind. I was young, fresh-faced, idealistic, and foolishly optimistic. I went into my first class, my class of first grade 12 students, a class of 40 students, all of whom who had declared war over mathematics because their previous teacher had left them halfway through grade 11. There I was, just equipped with hope, a textbook, and some chalk, thinking that I could complete the whole of grade 11 and grade 12 syllabus by December. Tension was mounting, and I had to meet the deadlines. My principal was rolling her eyes so hard, I thought it might never roll back because I wasn't able to complete the syllabus. So I took extra classes, grabbed all the free periods, and I even taught through lunch. But guess what? They did pretty well in their exams. They say the teaching is learning. And the first year, that's what I did the most. The next year, my head of school walked in and declared, now you are the head of the maths department. I said, no, I can't. She smiled and she said, no, you can, because the reward for hard work is more work. There I was, the HOD, more confused and more worried. Now, as an HOD, I was busier than the school canteen during recess. I was anyway correcting classwork, homework, and weekly test papers, setting question papers, and writing out lesson plans. As a HOD, I was conducting vertical meetings, aligning topics across grades, and seeing to it that all the portion was being delivered smoothly across every term. I sat in on teachers' classes and to check their lessons being delivered properly and even gave them feedback. It was not only this job, I was also a shoulder to cry on for love-stricken, heartbroken teenagers. So they came and told me their stories and cried. So I gave them advice and I advised even their parents. I've dealt with perspicacious students, some students with extreme anger issues, stubborn students, and snobbish students even. You name it, and I've dealt with them. Over the years, I've donned many hats. A teacher, an HOD, curriculum developer, counselor, board exam evaluator, board exam paper setter, an invigilator, and even chief invigilator. As a chief invigilator, I was escorted by police. And that was to pick up the question papers from the bank locker and to submit and deposit the answer sheets at the locker. Now, I remember this vividly because I was more scared of the policeman rather than my role as a chief invigilator. Though I studied CBSE, I was trained and taught. I trained and taught ISE, an Indian curriculum, IGCSE, a British curriculum, and IB, International Baccalaureate. Anyway, now you can say that leadership is not just about titles or positions. Leadership, teachers also lead in the similar manner because you see, teachers guide and mold students and lead with empathy, clarity, and care. So, because sometimes true leadership is about showing or shaping lives and making a difference one lesson at a time. So, what do you get when you cross a calculator and a teacher? Any guesses? No. Someone whom you can count on. Over to you.
Thank you to Toastmaster Anuradha for your wonderful speech. It was again yet another inspiring speech, I would say. Now we move on to our final and the last speaker of the day. And to evaluate Toastmaster Sarita, we have distinguished Toastmaster Kapil, who was our Area 17 director, the current distinguished Toastmaster in the DTM, and also an avid cricketer, an umpire, and loves to do and loves to say no to anyone. Toastmaster Kapil, over to you for the evaluation criteria.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gokul. My speaker, Toastmaster Sarita, is delivering her speech from the Pathways Strategic Relationship, Level 2, Project 1, Understanding Her Communication Style. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify his or her primary style. The purpose is for the member to share the impact of his or her style on others. What I will be looking forward is that the speech should not be a report on the content of understanding your communication style. It can be humorous, informational, or any style that the member chooses. Ideally, you should be speaking about your own communication style or the impact of the communication style on you. Looking forward to hearing Toastmaster Sarita. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Kapil, for the criteria. Talking about Toastmaster Sarita, she is a HR professional. She likes her hobbies are reading, traveling, music. She's been a Toastmaster since 2024 and the current money man or money girl of Humoroids Toastmasters Club. She's the treasurer. And I call upon Toastmaster Sarita for her speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Sarita.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. I started to working on which type of communication style I have in Google. I was so confused. It all answers seems like same. That means direct, supportive, analytical, and initiative. I was so confused which type of communication style I have. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. We Toastmasters all are what we are doing. We are likes to hear and present our speech from our real life stories. I also doing same. So are you excited to know which type of communication style I have? Yes, please come with me. I will share my screen. Is it visible? Okay. First one is direct communication skill. Hello, good morning, madam. Yes, good morning, Rohit. What happened? Madam, yesterday I received one email, but unfortunately my name was not in that list. It was about salary increment. Oh, Rohit, I know I appreciated your hard work and you are having very dedication to our company. But this time, because of some budget, we are not unable to process your salary increment. I am so sorry. Oh, madam, but my performance was excellent in last year. Yeah, I know, Rohit, but what to do? Management decided to not give any increment to all employees. Okay, madam. Thank you. Yeah, I am getting a call, please. Hello, good morning. My name is Pooja. I am actually looking for one moving services what your company is offering. What type of that means let me give, can you please provide a that means breakdown cost? Yeah, of course, Pooja. Very good morning. I am very happy to serve you. Because our moving company, we are actually depending the price is the size of the factors like size of the move and the distance traveled and what is any additional services you need. Oh, additional services means what? Do you require any, that means any specific requirements? Like you have any fragile items you want to move? Yeah, yes. Because I have some glass items, I need to move that. Yes, Pooja, don't worry. We have one separate train packers are there. They will come to your place and pack your all items and they will move to the new location. Then meanwhile, I will arrange one estimate for you. Yeah, our estimation team will contact you soon. Okay. Thank you, Pooja. Have a nice day. Yes. Hello everyone, Mohin, Rohini, Anuradha, Dev, where are you going? See, actually, I would like to plan a getaway this weekend. What is your opinion? Hello, what are you thinking? Sarita, that is a fantastic idea. I am up with some adventurous ideas. Yeah, Rohini, what about you? Sarita, I am always in. I could use a break from city hustle. Oh, it's really fantastic. Then what we need to do? We can brainstorm some ideas or some locations. Dev, you have any idea? Yes, Sarita, of course. We can rent a cabin in the desert and we can plan a bonfire night. Fantastic. Okay, do one thing. You can plan something. Meanwhile, I will call Shuchita, Sunita, Pooja, Dr. Kadrak, and maybe they will excited. Okay, then you can check the availability of the cabin this weekend. Okay, sure. Okay, bye. See you. Amrita, I am looking. You have very low mark in this exam. What happened to you, Betty? Mama, I did my full effort, but I don't know what happened. That time, exam time, I was so panicked and I couldn't write anything. No problem, dear, because I know you are a perspicacious child. So you have the potential. I am always support you. Okay, do one thing. You can learn what happened and improvise that. Next time it won't happen again. Okay, Mama, dear sweet Mama, love you. Fellow Toastmasters, identifying the communication style is not an easy task. Maybe we are thinking that it is same like a personality, but communication style is the manifestation of personality. Personality, it will be stable. Maybe over time, it will make slight difference. But communication style is once you identify and we learn from that, then we can know how it will grow. Thank you.
Thank you to Master Sarita for your wonderful speech. And with that, we have completed the serious session called the speed session. And we move on to our timer. Timer, are they all qualified?
Yes, all three have qualified. Toastmaster Payal took 7 minutes, 22 seconds. Toastmaster Anuradha took 7 minutes, 13 seconds. And Toastmaster Sarita took 7 minutes exact.
Thank you. And we have moved on with our speeches.